Hello, everyone. Tonight we're continuing the Rat Week theme. With a series I've been meaning to check out a little while, particularly because I was reminded that not only does it exist, but it is in fact a series called Ratboy Genius, which is apparently started 17 years ago, back in good old 2007. So here's Ratboy's Kingdom, Chapter 1.
This is a story about the Ratboy genius. The Ratboy genius lived in a magical land called Ratboy's Kingdom. The kingdom was very big and was filled with magical things. Every day, the Ratboy genius would roam through his kingdom and visit his friends. When the Ratboy genius came to a clearing, he saw the leaping friend. The leaping friend leaped towards the Ratboy genius and stopped. The Ratboy genius said,
"Knock, knock."
And the leaping friend said, "Who's there?"
"It's me, the Ratboy genius."
"Hi, Ratboy genius. How are you today?"
"I'm good, leaping friend. I just came over to say hi. Gotta go now. Bye."
As the Ratboy genius walked through his kingdom, he said,
"What a beautiful day. I think I will go for a ride in my little red buggy."
So the Ratboy genius rode his little red buggy.
Okay, so here's something. What's up with his arms? Like is this a shirt? Because there's no line indicating where the neck hole is. Or does he just have like bone hands or something? And this is just where the flesh ends?
In my little red buggy.
So the Ratboy genius rode his little red buggy. He was so happy that he shouted,
"Whee! I'm the Ratboy genius. Whee!"
Then he rode through the magical tunnel and came to the lake. When the Ratboy genius got to the water, he said,
"Oh boy, the water looks so
Okay, so now he's much more clearly just shirtless.
nice. I think I will put on my goggles and go for a swim."
So the Ratboy genius put on his goggles and jumped into the lake. When the Ratboy genius was swimming in the water, he said,
"Oh, look at all my little fishy friends. They look so happy and colorful."
Little, that fish is about as big as you are.
Just then, another swimmer came up to the Ratboy genius and said, "Hello, Ratboy genius. Do you like my new green flippers?"
"Oh boy, do I. I don't have any flippers, but I really wish I could be more like a fish."
So the friend said, "Okay, Ratboy genius, I will turn you into a fish." And the Ratboy genius turned into a fish. He swam.
Well, I mean, they have established this land as being magical, but dang, good thing this random guy just happens to have the ability to turn people into fish.
Really fast and yelled,
"Whee! I'm a goldfish. It's magic."
After being a fish for a while, the Ratboy genius jumped out of the lake. The Ratboy genius flew out of the lake and landed on the grass. He flopped around on the grass and yelled,
"Hey, I'm a fish. I'm a fish. I'm not the fish boy genius. I'm the rat boy genius."
Just then, the friend with the green flippers jumped out of the lake. He said, "Just a minute, Ratboy genius. I'll change you back to normal." So he wiggled in the air and the Ratboy genius turned back to normal.
Gee, thanks. This has been a lot of fun. Gotta go now. Bye.
I like how casual they were about how, Ratboy could have just died right there if this random guy that he just met didn't come back and turn him back into something capable of breathing on land. But I mean, he's the king, so
The Ratboy genius was driving his little red buggy through his kingdom.
like he essentially, if the guy didn't come back and turn him back into a Ratboy in time, he would have committed regicide.
He said,
What a beautiful day in my kingdom. I love driving my little red buggy through my kingdom. Wee! I'm the Ratboy genius. Wee!
Then, the Ratboy genius drove his buggy through the magical tunnel and went to visit the prairie dogs. The Ratboy genius liked to play with the prairie dogs. He liked to crawl around inside the prairie dog holes in the ground. He liked to nibble on the prairie dog food. And he liked to catch up on the latest news from his prairie dog friends.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
It's me, the Ratboy genius.
Hi, Ratboy genius.
I just came over to say hi and see what's going on.
Not too much today. I'm just playing with my prairie dog friends.
That sounds like so much fun. Well, gotta go now. Bye.
Hi, Ratboy genius.
Hi, very tall friend.
Oh, here we go. We've got another guy with a shirt that encases their entire head. Guess this is just a fashion of the Ratboy's kingdom. Look at me, his feet and his hands were a different color.
I'm flying my flying saucer down the street. I'm flying over trees. This is so much fun. Hey, there is a statue of my friend Beethoven. Beethoven composed 9 symphonies. I'm a genius. Beethoven composed 9 symphonies.
His friend Beethoven. Which I mean, yeah, of course the king is gonna be friends with all the important people, but also Beethoven is canon.
I'm a genius. Let's fly up to the clouds. Oh boy, I am so high in the sky that I am above the clouds.
Admittedly, like, I'm looking over here and I am seeing what appears to be Abraham Lincoln. So I guess he's canon to the Ratboy's kingdom too.
I know that the sky is blue because the nitrogen molecules in the atmosphere scatter the blue portion of the light spectrum. So the whole sky appears blue. I am a genius. The clouds appear white because the water droplets and ice crystals in the clouds scatter all the wavelengths of light together. Yay for me, the Ratboy genius. Hey.
Yeah, yes, very educational. Like good job. Teach us about why the sky is blue. We totally need a genius to explain that.
I'm almost back in my kingdom. There it is down here. I can even see the lake. When I get home, I will go sailing on the lake. That will be a great way to end my beautiful day.
So, the Ratboy genius went sailing on the lake in his little red sailboat. It was very peaceful for the Ratboy genius.
Hey, there's my tall friend swimming in the water. Maybe he wants to get in the boat with me. Hi, tall friend. Would you like to get into my boat and go for a sail?
That sounds great, Ratboy genius. I'll just jump into the boat. So, the Ratboy genius and his tall friend sailed away.
Pretty good boat if it can support a guy that's bigger than the boat.
It was a beautiful day in the Ratboy's kingdom, and the Ratboy genius was riding his seesaw machine with his big cousin Fred.
I guess it. Oh yes, cousin Fred. Who needs no introduction?
Hey, big cousin Fred. I know you are not a genius like me, but I want to talk to you about something.
Fred said, okay, Ratboy. Ask me anything.
Well, big cousin Fred, I think I have a girlfriend.
That's nice, Ratboy. Who is she?
She is a good friend of mine. Her name is the little summer solstice baby.
He thinks he has a girlfriend? Like, don't... Like, I feel like, you know, you... Like, that's something you agree to. And, you know, usually... Usually, if it's something that you have to agree to, you should be pretty confident as to whether or not you're involved in it.
What a nice name. She sounds like a lot of fun.
She sure is, and she's so pretty.
Well, Ratboy, why don't you go ask her to play with you?
Okay, big cousin Fred, I'll go right now.
So, the Ratboy genius went to visit his friend the little summer solstice baby. He found her with some other friends by the lake, playing with the geese.
Oh, what's this guy doing? That's certainly a way to sit.
Knock, knock. Who's there? It's me, the Ratboy genius. Hi, Ratboy genius. Hi, summer solstice baby. How are you today, Ratboy genius? I'm good. I just came over to say hi. Would you like to go for a ride in my little red buggy? Sure, Ratboy genius. That sounds like so much fun.
So, the Ratboy genius took the little summer solstice baby for a ride in his little red buggy. The summer solstice baby said,
This is
I like that's the summer solstice baby. Not the summer solstice baby, but the summer solstice baby. You know, there's a comma in there somewhere. There where you wouldn't expect one to be.
great, Ratboy genius. But can we go faster? Sure, summer solstice baby. Hang on.
I mean, he pronounces it normally. Like no comma. Maybe that's just a privilege he gets. It's from thinking that they might be dating.
I'm the Ratboy genius. Summer solstice baby. Yay for baby. Baby. I'm the little summer solstice baby. Yay for baby.
Then the summer solstice baby said,
Hey Ratboy genies, let us pick up some friends and have a dance party. Okay, summer solstice baby, I know you like to party. Hey, leaping friend, come with us. We are having a dance party. Hey, very tall friend, hop onto my buggy. We are having a dance party. Hey, yoga friend, hop onto my buggy.
Okay, so apparently what he's supposed to be doing is yoga.
Come with us. We're having a dance party.
the very tall friend said, Ratboy genies, where should we have a dance party?
I know where we can have a party. Let's go visit my friends, the prairie dogs.
When they met up with the prairie dogs, the Ratboy genius said,
Hey, prairie dogs, I have brought some friends to have a dance party. Let us dance and have fun.
So the Ratboy genius, the little summer solstice baby, and their friends danced with the prairie dogs. It was a beautiful day in Ratboy's kingdom, but the summer solstice baby could not find the Ratboy genius. She was worried and went to his house to check on him.
Ooh, we've got a new background style. Well, it's actual 2D illustrations of photographs of what appears to be a public park.
Knock, knock. Who is there? It's me, the little summer solstice baby. Hi, little summer solstice baby. Come on in. Well, Ratboy genius, I couldn't find.
And this is presumably the creator's house. Either that or they just grabbed, pictures from, like a, whatever people used to buy houses in 2008. That's quite the pattern on that furniture back there.
You outside, and I was worried. Hey, what happened to you? You are in 3D. That's right, summer solstice. That's why you haven't seen me. I have been learning how to model myself in 3 dimensions. It is very complicated. That is so cool, Ratboy genius. Thank
Also, so this is something that he did to himself. Which, apparently learning how to model himself in 3 dimensions also includes learning how to put on a shirt that makes sense.
Thanks, summer solstice baby, but I'm still working on it. Come into my studio and I will show you some of the stuff I am learning.
So, the little summer solstice baby
Also,
went with the Ratboy
putting on up here so
genius to his
like
studio.
lipstick,
Well,
or at the very least, gaining more defined lips. Because like there's a little pink there that wasn't there before.
summer solstice baby, first I had to learn how to make simple things. Here are some people and a jeep, and here is a little house. Hey Ratboy genius, I want to go visit that house. Okay, summer solstice, check this out. There you are. Go and knock on the door. This is so cool, Ratboy genius.
And to not expect, the theories to get this level of meta within the first 20 minutes. Like, this is literally chapter 4, and we're 25 minutes into the overall whole stream, including the starting soon, so more like 20 minutes. But, you know, this is effectively minute to 14 of the actual series itself.
Knock, knock. Who's there? It's me, the little summer solstice baby. That's funny.
We have... He is currently rendering himself in 2 dimensions. And specifically for this, for some reason.
Boy genius. It sure is summer solstice baby. Come on, Ratboy genius. Let us go outside and play.
So, the little summer solstice baby took the Ratboy genius outside into Ratboy's kingdom. Then Ratboy genius said,
What do you want to do, summer solstice baby? Well, Ratboy genius, let's go get your little red buggy and drive around. Maybe we can find some friends and play. Okay, summer solstice baby, let's go.
the Ratboy genius and the little summer
He's learned how to render his little red buggy in 3 dimensions as well.
solstice baby rode through the kingdom, enjoying the beautiful day. The Ratboy genius was so proud of his new little red buggy.
I just love riding in my little red buggy. This new buggy rides like a dream.
This is one of the... This is an especially interesting background because, like, there are just people back here. Like, these people went out here one day, not knowing that they would end up being essentially background NPCs for this.
Wee! I'm the Ratboy genius. Wee!
Like, not even really background NPCs, because NPCs have behavior. These are more of just scenery.
It was another beautiful day in Ratboy's kingdom, but the Ratboy genius was in a serious mood. School was back in session, and the Ratboy genius was taking several courses at Kingdom College. One of his classes was the history of Abraham Lincoln. The Ratboy genius admired Abraham.
So he's the king, but he still has to go to college. And also, at that college, there's an entire class dedicated to the history of Abraham Lincoln. Like, not just like American history, but Abraham Lincoln specifically.
Lincoln so much. The Ratboy genius went to tell his friends about his Abraham Lincoln class. He found the summer solstice baby and Mr. Big Arms playing with the geese. He said,
Hi, summer solstice. Hi, Mr. Big Arms. Ratboy genius, what happened to your face? Oh, it's just...
There's more background people, because, you know, this is just taken in like a public park somewhere.
a fake beard. I wanted to look more like my hero, Abraham Lincoln. I am taking a class...
For a moment, I didn't even realize he had a beard. I thought, like, until he started talking about Abraham Lincoln, then I thought that was just something wonky with the shading.
on President Lincoln, and I wanted to share what I have learned. Oh boy, Ratboy genius. That sounds very interesting. Let us go to the Lincoln statue, and I will recite an excerpt from Lincoln's famous speech of 1858.
So, the Ratboy genius, the summer solstice baby, and Mr. Big Arms went to the statue of Abe Lincoln. When they got there, the Ratboy genius climbed up onto Abe Lincoln's shoulders and began his recital.
Mr. President and gentlemen of the convention, if we could first know where we are and whither we are tending, we could then better judge what to do and how to do it. We are now far into the 5th year since a policy was initiated with the avowed object and confident promise of putting an end to slavery agitation.
Damn. Very specific big speech to pick. And well, the ones talking about slavery.
Under the operation of that policy, that agitation has not only not ceased, but has constantly augmented. In my opinion, it will not cease until a crisis shall have been reached and passed. A house divided against itself cannot stand. I believe this government cannot endure permanently half slave and half free. I do not expect the Union to be dissolved. I do not expect the house to fall. But I do expect it will cease to be divided. It will become all one thing or all the other.
Then, Mr. Big Arms said, "Wow, Ratboy genius. That was a very dramatic recitation. You really captured the spirit of Lincoln's address."
Thanks so much, Mr. Big Arms. I was practicing all morning.
You know, Ratboy genius, Lincoln was sort of a prophet. He saw that the issue of slavery could only
Sort of a prophet?
be resolved with a great conflict.
As terrible as the Civil War was, it sounds like Lincoln knew that it was the only solution to resolving the conflict. I think so. We can now look back and say that the Civil War made this country stronger and brought us all together. Slavery held together, stronger, and brought us all together. Made this country stronger. Now look back and say that the Civil War made this country stronger.
Hold on.
That the Civil War made this country stronger.
So Ratboy's Kingdom is canonically like the 51st state or something. Because he says this country. And usually you only phrase it like that if you're part of the country you're talking about.
Stronger.
Which, I mean, to be fair, that would explain why they have an entire class on Abe Lincoln. And because, like, you know, usually I feel like they don't get that specific. Like, you know, most history classes are not that specific, even like, to U.S. history, even within the U.S., I'm pretty sure. But they're almost certainly not going to get that specific, like, if you're not even in the U.S. You know, maybe they might get that specific about your country's history, but not somewhere else's history. You know, that would be like if you could have, if you know, you could go to a college here in the U.S. and take an entire class entirely about just some like random Chinese emperor or something. And you know, usually a lot of the focus is on, you know, usually that's going to be kind of just in world history. Like maybe you can find a specific class on Chinese history, but not just an entire class on one specific figure, unless they are just extremely important. And I feel like even Abe Lincoln doesn't really fit that criteria.
And brought us all together. Slavery had to stop.
You know, judging by the fact that I've never seen anyone having a class on just Abraham Lincoln.
The people needed to be brought together, and Lincoln led us into a better future.
Yeah, see, us? Granted, you know, that could have just as easily meant, oh, you know, actually no. I think the ideal circumstance here is that Ratboy's Kingdom is a 51st microstate formed in 2007, so that we don't have to have the potential reality of, yeah, Ratboy's Kingdom had slavery at some point.
Not many presidents have been able to do that. Knock knock. It's me, the Ratboy Genius. I am really excited today. Look out there. I just bought all of this land next to my kingdom, and I've decided to build an amusement park. Ratboy.
He's just bought all of this land beside his kingdom. It sounds like he just kind of calls, like, the neighborhood his house is in, plus the public park, his kingdom. Like, it's not a nation, it's not a state. It's just an area of land. But hey, he's rich enough to buy additional property to build an amusement park on, so...
Boy's kingdom is already a magical.
Although, also, there is a Kingdom College. But maybe he just calls the local university that.
Place, but it will be even more fun now. Today, I want to invite you to join me for the opening of the first ride in Ratboy's Kingdom. Take a look. It's called Big Thunder Rat Caves, and it is a roller coaster. It took me a long time to build, and now I am going to ride it for the first time. Let's go. Well, here we are. The first part of the ride is there.
I mean, also, this is the first time that Ratboy has really, like, addressed the audience directly.
Very gentle. We have time to look around and enjoy the scenery. Since this ride is brand new, I am still working on it. It will look much better when I finish planting some trees and bushes. Oh boy, we are going up to the top of the mountain. It's really high up in the sky. I had to make the mountain so big, because most of this ride is actually inside this mountain. Ooh, look down there. We are going back down around the bottom again. You can see the tracks below us. We already moved down there at the beginning of the ride. Now, it's time to go inside the rat caves. We are going to go really fast, so I better hold on. Here we go.
And no wonder he said he needed to hold on, considering he's, his. Actually, maybe he doesn't need to hold on because his body seems to be able to jump itself into the position it needs to be in, and pretty consistently.
This is so much fun. Yay for the Ratboy genius. Wow.
You know what? I'm gonna hide the window capture, just in case something weird comes up. The way he says "we" reminds me of this.
Hang this from the ceiling. Higher, higher. This is so fun.
At least I think me say "we" when you're her pushing them in a. I'm on a swing.
Push, push. Wee-hoo.
Yeah, there we go. Wee-hoo.
Push harder.
Like, I mean, it's a near perfect fit because, like, we've got the computer generated voices, and we've got you know, 3D rendered character, her seen from behind.
Alright. Okay, we are back outside. This is great. We are coming towards the end now. Wow, that was so amazing. That was the best ride I have ever seen. I hope you liked it too, because I built it for my friends. I'm so proud of myself. Yay for me, the Ratboy genius. But now this is the end of the ride. We are rolling up to where we started. See, there is the beginning of the ride. It is time to get off now. Ooh, my legs are wobbly. Well, I'll let you know when I add a new ride to the Ratboy's Kingdom. Gotta go now. Bye.
Yeah, there was just no other characters. In fact, effectively, we were the other character.
Working on my guess, so long day. Working on my guess, so just in place to stay.
Which I guess also, like, these scenes use 3D model backgrounds. And it was established that, in chapter 4, that Characters can go inside computers. But at the same time, he said he bought land. Did he? Did he buy land in the metaverse? Let's see if I can find. Here we go. Don't even need to pull up a YouTube video.
Now I'm getting paid cash with Atlas Earth. We have virtual land all across the globe. The next wave is digital, catch me on the way up. The glow up is visible, couple more. Watch mine gon' go up, it's about to go nuts. It's about to go nuts. Now I'm getting paid, running cash with Atlas Earth. Atlas Earth. Atlas Earth.
It's the Ratboy Genius. I will tell you the Ratboy's kingdom. For the Ratboy Genius.
It was a beautiful day in Ratboy's kingdom, and
Oh,
the
the narrator's back.
Castle. He was working so hard to make his new residence the most spectacular castle any Ratboy has ever made.
I am so proud of myself. I just love my new castle.
I mean, it could very well be a very easy accomplishment to build the greatest castle any rat boy has ever made, considering that we've only ever seen two rat boys. Because we've got Ratboy Genius and his big cousin Fred, who has not been seen in 3 dimensions at all.
It is so impressive.
Like he was there for one scene. And one scene only.
This mood is connected to the Ratboy Canal. When the canal is finished, it will connect to all the places in my kingdom and will be 5 miles long. Over here is the dock for my special canoe that rides through the canal. Let's take a ride and look around. This is so much fun. Here's a little song I like to sing when I am riding in my special canoe. The Ratboy Genius sings this song.
What are the lyrics?
Special canoe. The Ratboy Genius. The Ratboy Genius sings this song. Do da, do da, do da. The Ratboy Genius in my special canoe. The Ratboy Genius sings this song. Do da, do da. The Ratboy Canal is 5 miles long.
I think it's supposed to be the.
I ride down here in my little canoe.
But you know, it sounds like a very different word to my ears, at least.
Do da, do da. I'll ride back home again in my canoe too. The do da day. Going to ride all night. Going to ride.
I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. And while I was gone, I kept percolating a theory. I kind of think that I think that Ratboy Genius might straight up be made by a child. Because it makes sense. Particularly because so much of this has the air of someone just kind of showing up, here's what I learned today. Here's a thing that I accomplished this today, which I mean, hey, got for 30,000 views. But, particularly the stuff about Abraham Lincoln and the reason why the sky is blue. Because that's some fairly basic stuff. But and also that'd be such a nice origin for Ratboy Genius to have. Just an honest effort to just show off here's a thing that I made. Here's a even whether it's a child or an adult making it. It does not have the clickbaitiness. The main thing that really grabs the attention is not a thumbnail perfectly crafted for to grab the attention and accompanied by a tagline that accompanied by a title that tries to appeal to the emotions. No, it's just Ratboy's Kingdom Chapter 7. The only emotions that's going to appeal to are confusion and curiosity. Because you see that in isolation, it's like, what the fuck is Ratboy's Kingdom? And how are there 7 chapters? Anyway, let's get back into.
I'm still building the canal, so our ride will have to stop soon. I really hope you like my new castle. Here's a little slideshow that I made of my new home. Gotta go.
But this could very well be this creator's first foray into other people on this platform address the audience. I should do that too. Because that is a distinct format that is shared primarily by YouTube videos and educational content for small children. Dora the Explorer kind of stuff. But even then they do it in a very specific way because because something like Dora the Explorer will always have a call to action somewhere. The good old, can you tell me the such and such that I need? That kind of thing. This doesn't. This is just Ratboy showing off what he's made.
solstice we can play with a big swimming pool and a high diving board and the weather's lovely all day. A castle in Ratboy's kingdom where my dear summer solstice can play with a big swimming pool.
I like that Summer Solstice Baby has not been given a 3D form. She's just still the same 2D images. It's just Ratboy that's 3D. Like, see, that's also, at the very least, like a hallmark of the era of just like, yeah, slap a copyright mark for a company that's probably not registered or with any government agency on there to make it look professional. And is that Papyrus? Or is that some other font that just looks similar?
Well, I come from Ratboy's kingdom with a banjo on my knee. I'm going to see.
Or, of course, you know, there is the other possibility that, like, you know, maybe this was made by like a college student who was learning animation just for, you know, practice, and you know, they needed some filler stuff, so they're like, okay, no. I remember learning about Abraham Lincoln and why the sky is blue, so I'll put that in there.
My dear, dear friend, the summer solstice baby. It rained all night the day I left. The weather, it was dry. The sun so hot I froze to death. Summer solstice, don't you cry. Oh, summer solstice, now don't you cry for me. 'Cause I come from Ratboy's kingdom with a banjo on my knee. Oh, summer solstice, now don't you cry for me. 'Cause I come from Ratboy's kingdom with a banjo on my knee. Knock knock. Who's there? It's me, the Ratboy Genius. Hi, Ratboy Genius. What have you got there? It's my new banjo. I just learned how to play it, and it is so much fun. You are so talented, Ratboy Genius. Let's sing a song together. Okay. Here's one of my favorites. Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? I am the Ratboy Genius. Hey, hey, summer solstice. Hey, hey, summer solstice. Hey, hey, summer solstice. Yay for the Ratboy Genius. Take it, baby. I'll get another one prettier than you. I'll get another one prettier than you. I'll get another one prettier than you. On summer solstice. Hey, 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 Ratboy Genius. Hey, hey, Ratboy Genius. Hey, hey, Ratboy Genius. Yay for baby. Both of us know. Knock knock, who's there? You know who. Knock knock, who's there? You know who. Knock knock, who's there? You know who. It's me, the Ratboy Genius. Knock knock, guess who's here? Knock knock, guess who's here? Knock knock, guess Guess who's here? Ratboy and summer solstice. Knock, knock. Guess who's here? Knock, knock. Guess who's here? Knock, knock. Guess who's here? Ratboy and summer solstice. That was great, Ratboy genius. It sure was fun. Look, some of our friends are here. Let us all sing a song together. Hi, Mr. Big Arms. Hi, very tall friend. We'll sing the great classic, If I Had a Kingdom. Take it, Mr. Big Arms.
If I had a kingdom, I'd roam it in the morn, or I'd roam it in the eve.
You know, these last two episodes are definitely like, you know, this is once again, you know, the creators showing off something they figured out, because they figured out how to make the software they use for the voices sing, so they're gonna use it for like 2 whole episodes.
I'd roam to the castle, I'd roam to the red caves, I'd roam with the love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this kingdom.
If I had a buggy, I'd drive it in the morning. I'd drive it in the evening. All over this land. I'd drive to the castle. I'd drive to the red caves. I'd drive with the love between my brothers and my sisters. All over this kingdom.
If I had a song to sing, I'd sing it in the morning. I'd sing it in the evening. All over this land. I'd sing about Ratboy. I'd sing about summer solstice. I'd sing about love between my brothers and my sisters. All over this kingdom.
Well, I've got a castle, and I've got a little buggy, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's a castle of justice. It's a buggy of freedom. It's a song about love.
Okay, so clearly, you know, their skills are refined enough to that they know when it's time to reuse footage.
Between my brothers and my sisters, all over this kingdom.
It is an exciting time for the Ratboy genius. After working so hard building his kingdom, he is taking a vacation. He just checked into his hotel and has a lot of fun activities planned.
Knock, knock. It's me, the Ratboy genius. I am so excited to be on vacation. I sure needed it after all the work I've been doing. This hotel is great. I have a view of the city. Tonight I am going to the symphony, so I better get ready to go.
So, the Ratboy genius put on his bow tie and went to the symphony. He had fun riding the escalators. Then, he helped his friends practice.
When you think about it, since Ratboy is on YouTube and he addresses the audience, Ratboy the character is effectively a YouTuber. And he's animated, which means that the only the only real dividing line I can see for why he is not considered to be a VTuber is one, this is not the same kind of digital puppeteering. And two, it's not live, but not all VTuber stuff is live to my knowledge either. Granted, usually, live makes the most use of the digital puppeteering kind of stuff. Because the whole point of that is to be able to animate the actions in real time. But like, so some might say, oh, the voice is clearly he's synthesized. I've seen VTubers that use synthesized voices. So like, he's definitely a VTuber in the strict sense of being a virtual YouTuber.
Their music before the concert started.
Like, this is basically him just doing a travel vlog. Granted, there might not be a real person behind the character who actually went and saw this symphony. These could just be photos that exist of this symphony on the internet. But it is using the travel vlog format.
That was such a great performance.
And we shall see if I get muted for the symphony music, but also it's not copyright claimed on YouTube from the looks of it.
I really enjoy classical music. Now I should get some rest, because tomorrow I am going to take a hike in the mountains, and then go play at the beach.
The next morning, the Ratboy genius woke up early and went on a hike in the mountains. He really enjoyed being in the great outdoors.
Well, I have made it to the top of the trail. I find hiking to be so invigorating. What an amazing view from up here. I can see all the way to the ocean. Now it is time to go play at the beach. Also, I composed a new song that I would like to sing for you.
I need to.
It was an
Okay, no.
eventful day in Ratboy's kingdom.
For a moment, I was like,
It is an exciting
did they always have music playing in the background?
I can see
Clearly they
all
did.
the ocean. Now it is time to go play at the beach. Also, I composed a new song that I would like to sing for you. Knock, knock, it's me, the Ratboy genius. I just came over to say hi. I am the little Ratboy genius. I hope we have a happy time. I am the Ratboy genius. I am the Ratboy genius. I live in Ratboy's kingdom. Yay for me, the Ratboy genius.
Sure. We're getting some different techniques because we've got video backgrounds now. I think in episode 2 they had a video background underwater or something.
When Ratboy comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. They'll give me a hearty welcome then, hurrah, hurrah. My friends will cheer and scream and shout. The ladies, they will all turn out when the Ratboy marches back into Ratboy's kingdom. The kingdom is looking fine today, hurrah, hurrah. It's good to be back after being away, hurrah, hurrah. The summer solstice baby knows that rat.
Okay, so I think this is just, he has returned from his vacation. For a moment, I thought it was gonna be the Rat Kingdom, the Ratboy Kingdom is going to war. Because that would certainly be an interesting direction to take the story in. In as much as there really is a story. Like, there's continuity. That's for sure. They reference previous episodes.
Ratboy's kingdom's the place to go when the Ratboy marches back into Ratboy's kingdom.
When Ratboy comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. Will you give me a hearty welcome then, hurrah, hurrah. He's been gone, he's been away, but he's come back to us today, and the Ratboy marches back into Ratboy's kingdom. Yes, he's been gone, he's been away, but he's come back to us today, and the Ratboy marches back into Ratboy's kingdom.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It's me, the Ratboy Genius.
Hi, Ratboy Genius.
Well, I'm back from my vacation. I sure had a great
Yeah, it is just him returning from his vacation.
time, but I really missed all of you. We're glad you are back, Ratboy Genius. The kingdom wasn't the same without you. You are so sweet, little summer solstice baby.
So, Ratboy Genius, we already know some of the things you did on your vacation. But why don't you tell us about some other adventures?
Well, one of the things I did was hang out with some really great animals. First I met a sea lion. Knock knock. It's me, the Ratboy Genius. It is very nice to meet you, Mr. Sea Lion. I love sea lions. You are so cute. Anyway, I just came over to say hi. I am on vacation right now, and I thought it sure would be fun for us to hang out for a while. Wee! Oh, don't get alarmed. I like to say that when I am happy. I have to get going now, because I have a lot of fun activities planned. You be a good sea lion and have a nice day. Gotta go now. Bye. Then I had a great afternoon, with a couple of nice horses.
See, like, we presume that Ratboy, the creator behind Ratboy Genius, actually went on a vacation like this, then this fulfills another aspect of VTubing, because it's, because like he's literally being, because in that case he's literally being used to, like, do an activity that would normally be done showing one's face without showing one's face. And thus preserving it anonymity. Which honestly, if Ratboy's career was indeed a child at the time, good. Probably for the best to not have a literal child's face just kind of on the internet out there. Like, sure, like, better than, better for the child to have done, better in some ways at least, for the child to have done it themselves rather than it be like a family channel kind of thing. Because at least, the child isn't being, monetized by their parents. But, from a privacy standpoint, both are honestly about the same. Like, because, if a kid uploads videos of themselves without any kind of like adult supervision, then who knows what they could show that is, very, very revealing about who they are offline, let's say. I could see a situation where a child is like, yeah, I'm gonna do my first AMA because I've got like 10 subscribers. Now that I have 10 subscribers, I'm gonna do an AMA, or something, and like they get asked, like, where do you live, and they give the entire address. That is because they don't know any better, and no parent or legal guardian is watching over them to make sure that they don't quite literally dox themselves.
Hi there, Mr. Horse. You are so beautiful. I love horses so much. Hey, wait. I want to tell you a story. One day, I was hanging out in Ratboy's kingdom. Just walking around and saying hi to my friends. Then I
like that he referred to it as Ratboy's kingdom. Not my kingdom, Ratboy's kingdom. Which, I guess it is a formal title.
I found a little summer solstice baby by the lake playing with some geese. She loves to play with the geese. So I said, "Hi, little summer solstice baby." And she said, "Hi, Ratboy genius. Why don't we take a ride in your little red buggy?" She loves to ride in my little red buggy. So we drove around and picked up some friends. Then we went to visit my friends the prairie dogs and had a dance party.
Is he literally telling the story of chapter 3 to this random horse?
Unfortunately, not all of the animals were so happy to see me. Hey, wait for me. I'm the Ratboy genius. Then, one day, I took my new flying saucer for a ride in the big city. Whee! I'm flying in my flying saucer. This is the most curvy street in the country. This block has a 27-degree inclination. Oh boy, it's Chinatown. I love Chinese food. I wonder what's going on in these tall buildings. Knock knock. It's me, the Ratboy genius. I can see you in your office. It sure looks exciting in there. I'm on vacation right now, just flying around town in my flying saucer. Gotta go now. Bye.
That would be the most interesting day. Like, imagine being that office worker. Like, in the actual fiction. And you're just sitting in your office doing your your job. And this thing comes flying up in a flying saucer and starts talking to you. And that's just where the episode ends. I think I'm gonna probably go for like this one last episode for tonight. We can continue probably next week. Because it looks like we're getting away from Ratboy Genius himself, at least for a while. Well, because it looks like the Happy Man series does, the Happy Man on the Red Planet and George series does involve Ratboy Genius at some point, but then since the continuity he takes this turn here. I think that's as good a stopping point as any. Plus, clearly not getting through all of these because I already managed to make the because I've already managed to make the first 10 episodes last 2 hours. Granted, part of that was a BRB, but well, about 2 hours. Which is more than the length of the actual entire playlist. But, you know, I'm being transformative. If I don't provide, if I don't provide additional commentary, then all I am is just some content thief.
Down Ratboy Genius canal. The canal connects the castle road with the rest of the grounds. Down Ratboy Genius canal. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride with me, the Ratboy Genius. Knock, knock. I am so excited. I just got a new yacht, and I keep it docked on Lake Genius. Right now, I am riding in my special canoe down the Ratboy Canal to the lake because the little summer solstice baby is waiting for me on my new yacht. We are planning to go for a romantic ride on Lake Genius and watch the...
I like, interesting that they refer to summer solstice and the summer solstice baby. Like that kind of implies that's a title. Graham pretty sure also refers to himself as the Ratboy Genius.
Ooh, I see her over there. Away.
Very, very interesting mountains you've got here. Which, I mean, you know, maybe Ratboy Genius is also a title. But you would think, you'd almost think that maybe it's Ratboy's, his kingdom, as in a kingdom owned by plural Ratboys, but it's not, because it's, you know, the apostrophe is here. You know, it's his kingdom, specifically. Plus, you know, there's only been one other Ratboy.
Summer solstice baby. Away, Ratboy Genius. I am so happy to see you. I am happy to see you too. Leave your special canoe at the dock and come aboard. It is such a beautiful day. I can't wait to get out on the lake. This is so wonderful, Ratboy Genius. It sure is. Let us sing a song. I'm Ratboy Genius. I'm summer solstice. We are sailing in my new yacht. Ratboy Genius. I love to sail with you. Thanks, summer solstice. I'm happy you're here.
But you also have a bit of a blending of photos in 3D. So is this inside the computer or is it outside the computer? Or is it a secret third place?
We are on Lake Genius in Ratboy's kingdom. The weather is beautiful, and so are you. Ratboy Genius, you are such a sweet Ratboy. Thanks, summer solstice. To me, you're so dear. La 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 Summer solstice, I love you. I sure do. Summer solstice. Ratboy genius, I love you. Yes, I do. Ratboy genius, you are my best friend in the world. You are my best friend, Ratboy genius. Summer solstice, I love you. I love you too. Summer solstice. La 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 la. I love you. Summer solstice.
Which I think so. Did say that this was going to be the last episode we watch tonight, and we'll have part 2 later where we get into Happy Man and on the Red Planet and George. Although it's worth noting that after Ratboy Genius does get an episode 12 after episode 2 of Galactic Superheroes. But I do want to check one thing.
This is a story about the Ratboy genius. Put on his goggles.
Goggles and go for it. The water looks so nice.
When the Ratboy genius got to the water, he said. Then he rode through the magical tunnel and came to the lake. Ratboy genius rode his little red buggy. He was so happy that he shouted,
Wee! I'm the Ratboy genius. Wee!
Then he rode through the magical tunnel.
Okay, so it looks like they just refer to as the lake here.
It was a lovely
Very tall friend. I'm flying over trees. When I get home, I will go sailing on the lake.
Yeah, they just refer to it as the lake. Because I was wondering if Lake Genius and this lake are the same location, just rendered inconsistently. But it looks like they might be different lakes. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess he could ride his yacht on this lake because he is rather small. So his yacht is going to be sized appropriately for him, so it will also be small. But I will be right back, and I'd say we're not doing King of the Castle tonight. Q has been disabled. Instead, I think we're gonna do a little experiment with Blotro that came up with earlier today. It's in fact part of why I decided to cut Rat Week short. Down to just this calendar week. So really, I could do all of my original plans for Rat Week. If I wanted to. If I'm doing this idea tonight, because part of the reason why I was shortening Rat Week was to make it quicker to get to this idea, because I think it's gonna be pretty cool. But I will be right back with Velatro.